Oh hi, Rich Keeble here, and welcome back to my channel. So if you follow me on Strava, or you've been following this series of videos, you'll know that basically I haven't been running. Obviously I was resting my calf and groin due to some little niggles, and then when I went out for a 10k and thought I was back in the game, I slipped in the shower. Now of course, as I record this on Monday, that was nearly 4 weeks ago that I fell in the shower, but it's just not been healing. I went to the doctor and he said it looked like soft tissue bruising. He said I could have an x-ray if I wanted, but basically there's no point because it wouldn't change anything. So yeah, as I say, 4 weeks, and it's just really messed me up, because I went for a run, or I tried to go for a run the day before the Brighton Marathon, and everything was just jiggling around. It was too uncomfortable, so I sacked it off. And last week I managed to go for about 2.5 kilometers, which kind of felt okay, but I didn't really want to push my luck, so I've just been resting. As you join me now, I'm just out for my first run since then, where I'm just trying to kind of get on with it and imagine that there's nothing wrong, and just kind of mentally try and get past the issues on my side and just get back into the mental habit of running regularly, because Brighton Marathon is less than 3 weeks away, and I should now be tapering from my peak weeks of training, but I've spent those peak weeks of training on my arse. It's basically, my training has fallen off a cliff. Yeah, I wish you'd fall off a cliff, mate. What? It's literally 6 weeks since I did a long run. You know, I should have been doing 20 milers every weekend. I did go through a bit of a phase of doing some static cycling, because my hot wife has a static bike, but unfortunately it's a bit too small, and it feels like my knees are up around my ears when I'm cycling. And also I hate cycling, especially static cycling. It's just so tedious. So yeah, it wasn't long before I just decided to sack that off. So I've been doing nothing apart from having the odd bath with bath salts. I mean, I've literally run about 13k in the last month. Haven't even looked at Strava. I offloaded Garmin Connect to save space on my phone. See, I've really fallen out of the habit. Luckily, if ever I was going to be not running, it's been a good time to do it, because I've actually been quite busy work-wise. I've been doing an audiobook that took me like 4.5 days of recording. I was doing that up at Hachette on Embankment, so that took a bit of time. Of course, around there you come out and you just see people running, which makes you feel even worse. I've also just started another audiobook that I'm recording and editing myself, and I've been doing loads of other voice stuff. I was up doing a kids audiobook thing. Been working on 3 games, got some telly ads and radio ads for voiceover, so it's been really good work-wise. Also an advert I shot in January has just come out, the one with Fleur East, and as some of you may have seen, it was my birthday last week. I've actually been writing some new music instead of listening to my old stuff, so do please check that out. Playlist linked. And of course I've had all this sort of normal life stuff to deal with. You know, my stepdad in the care home, my mum with her own mental issues, and just, you know, sort of looking after my children. So yeah, been a busy old time. So before I set out, my hot wife categorically said, don't moan too much. So let's try and keep this glass half full. I'm a few K in now, and everything feels okay. Although my heart rate's through the roof, I just realised. But that might be because I'm talking to you. I suppose I haven't stopped running completely, so maybe I haven't lost too much fitness. My Garmin Marathon prediction is now 350 something. It was kind of down to 3.5 before I had this accident. I suppose the question is, do I still run the marathon but just take it super easy, or do I sack it off? I feel like it would be a bit disappointing if I didn't do it. And you know, I'm supposed to be running it with Dale. Dale's been doing really well. He's been doing his 20 milers. He PB'd Brighton half marathon, as you may have seen. If not, don't forget to check out the video. So I've just passed the 3K mark. I sort of deliberately went a certain way, so if I felt like I was struggling and I could kind of just finish my 5K loop, but I've carried on to my 10K loop, so I feel like I've committed a bit there. Yeah, my heart rate is zone 4, so I might just stop talking to you for a bit. Going 4K in, and I've just decided to have a little walk to get my heart rate down, because it's quite high, considering how slow I'm going. Yeah, it's obviously been quite a while out of the habit. Okay, that didn't take too long, to be fair. So I'm going to finish off this run very gently and see how I feel. Acting. So there we go, that's the run done, 10K. Quite pleased to have got it done. Didn't feel amazingly easy, but then, you know, it's the longest run I've done for a month. I suppose I should be grateful that I can just go out and run 10K. Heart rate was pretty high most of the way. My VO2 max is still 52 apparently, despite the watch saying I had no status until recently. Yeah, I mean, I could feel a bit of an ache. After about 7K, I could almost feel like, oh, body just feels a bit uncomfortable. But, you know, it was doable, and, you know, I've got just under 3 weeks until I have to run the actual race, so maybe the running has got the blood flow circulating, maybe it's going to heal quicker, maybe it'll be fine, maybe I just run the race, but just jog it, don't focus on the time. I mean, in reference to this rather dramatic title of this video, is it over? I think regards to the 3:10, it is over. Regarding running the marathon itself, don't know. At the moment I don't think I could run it with that slight ache in the side, but yeah, hopefully I've got enough time to recover. So thanks for watching this. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you're new here, please consider liking and subscribing, and yeah, see you on the next one. Check out whatever this video is, and let's see what's in this fridge.